I'm sorry. Were you talking to me? I was too busy watching Grandma get run over by a reindeer-drawn sleigh.
Yes!
Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is a Halloween movie painstakingly animated by former Disney animators and released in 1792 exclusively for the Laserdisc format. And one of those things is kind of true. One day, a member of my family showed me a clip from this movie. Specifically this one. My immediate reaction was along the lines of, what? Then I was shown a courtroom scene that happens in this film, and I laughed because it was weird.
That's what you get for being selfish and stupid.
This is one of those crappy animated children's movies whose only legacy is just being reviewed on YouTube by some guy. And today, I'm going to be doing that. Not necessarily because I have anything intelligent to say about the movie. I don't. It's because all of the clips I saw on that fateful day made me realize that my deranged and mentally unstable personality would fit well with this movie. Oh, and one more thing. You're probably wondering something. Why isn't this video out on Christmas? And why is it in 2 parts? And why does it look like I haven't slept for months? Well, those are 3 things. I'll answer those at the end of the video. Let's just watch the movie for now. It immediately starts off with the title card of Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer with joyous music, implying the composer is glad that old hag is dead. The movie then tells us it's inspired by the song of the same name, which, obviously, personally I would have liked it better if they just lied and said it was inspired by Come Together, specifically the Aerosmith cover. So we get some opening narration by what I assume is the adult version of what we'll eventually find out is our main character, who, from the sounds of it, fucking hates his grandmother.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer, all right, and as incredible as that was, it almost put an end to Christmas.
Yeah, that's right, I'm glad that bitch got a concussion and is now probably bleeding out in the middle of the cold, but the worst part about it is that it almost prevented me from getting my Xbox. She looks fucking dead in that frame, Jesus Christ.
It was December, and everyone in Cityville was caught up in the chaos of the holiday.
Naming your city Cityville is the equivalent of naming your penis Dick Balls.
My grandma's store. Oh.
Ah, yes. Right between the 2 towers.
Did I mention she likes to dress up to read Christmas stories to kids?
No.
And that's me, Jake Spankenheimer.
Spankenheimer. I guess that's technically a name by, like, legal definition. As the movie continues, we're introduced to Cousin Mel, who likes money. She thinks Grandma's store is too nice and relies on social credit too much.
No money, no merchandise.
No way! Your credit is always good here, Martha.
Things have to change. This store can't get rich selling holiday pastries on credit.
Now, this may be unprofessional of me, but... Whew, girl, can you tell me how long I have to live? Because you're built like an hourglass. We then cut to the kid in his room, and from the looks of it, it seems as though most of his stuff he just stole from his school. He has a globe and a whiteboard and a fucking microscope just in his room. Also, Buzz Lightyear is just here for some reason.
Adding to your Christmas wish list?
Sisters.
Yeah, that's a type of person that exists. Good job. So yeah, his sister comes in to tease him about making a wish list and immediately conflates that with him still believing in Santa.
A computer nerd who still believes in Santa Claus.
He does still believe in Santa, but you can make a Christmas list without believing in Santa. He's not the only one who gives presents on Christmas even when you do believe in him. This obviously implies that they don't have parents and are victims of kidnapping. He then goes to ask his alleged mother if Santa is real, and the mother explains how he isn't, but there was a guy who the Santa myth is based off of.
Historically, there was a Saint Nick who, with a loving heart, filled children's shoes with gifts of all sorts.
This is something that bugs me about every single Christmas movie that has a Santa isn't real subplot. Where the fuck do the parents think the presents come from? This is something that's also an Elf. Remember when I reviewed that back when I was prepubescent and even more of a waste of life? If Santa's real in these universes, then why would there even be a belief that he isn't real if he's doing the job that he's supposed to be doing, which he would be doing, considering he's real? Anyway, Father brings in his new epic product, a Christmas tree from Sneedville. This tree is so cool it immediately snaps the kid out of the trauma of finding out Santa isn't real.
Historically, there was a Saint Nick who
wants to put up a tree.
All right, a Christmas tree.
You're looking at the new inflatable Christmas tree by the Cityville Own All Corporation.
But our family always goes out and gets a real tree.
Yeah, I think they know that, kid. They are your family. Writers are really working overtime on this one. either that or this really isn't his family. Mr. Boomer-ass Grandpa then walks in and talks about how he had to walk 20 miles in the snow to chop down his trees with his own 2 hands and also a vagina, to which the grandma comes over and tells him last year he said he used a penis.
Never forget the time I had to use a beaver for a chainsaw.
Last time you told it was a woodpecker.
I too am working overtime on my script, you see.
If you like old-fashioned smells, I'll get my fishing boots.
Oh, damn. Alright, I thought he was gonna shit his pants for a second. I too am working overtime on my script, you see. The next day, a CEO, who apparently owns the Own All Corporation and Dick Balls, comes in because he wants to buy the store. He also decides the best course of action is to dress up, but all the store has is a troll costume. The CEO then talks about his plans. I didn't listen, and then he shows off his cool Christmas mobile that looks like Santa's sleigh.
Delivered on Christmas Eve by our new sleigh-mobile.
Isn't that what Santa does?
Cute. He still believes in Santa Claus.
The adults in this film have no chill, holy shit. Anyway, Grandma asks her financial advisor if she should sell the store.
Do you think I should sell the store?
Are you kidding? I love this place.
So she doesn't, because she listened to the opinion of a child for some reason. However, Cousin Mel here thinks it's stupid to put your financial decisions in the hands of a child, which... fair.
Bye-bye.
Her mouth didn't move. I'm starting to think she might have a thing for men in troll costumes.
I've always loved a man in tights.
She's breathing so heavily. This woman's horny for him. Then my favorite thing in any piece of children's media happens. She talks about how distraught she is that something that could benefit her didn't happen super blatantly.
Do you realize what you just did? You let my fortune walk out the door.
And then immediately after just says, I mean something else that I didn't just say.
I mean Jake's future. Money for college.
Though to be fair, I guess we all do this from time to time. Like for example, once I went up to my friends and said, hey, you wanna go shit with me? And then I said, I mean go eat food. Because what I really meant was to go eat food. Isn't language so cool?
Cousin Mel, this store will never be yours.
Oh yeah!
Something I love about this movie is the awkward pause between every line.
Everyone have a Merry Christmas!
You too!
Things have to change.
It really makes me feel like I'm watching something by middle schoolers who haven't learned to edit yet.
This store will never be yours.
We'll see.
We just saw that Grandma and child are still looking at you, and you only walked like 15 feet away from them. You're very bad at secretly plotting.
Cousin Mel was wrong. You can keep a store going on goodwill and baked goods.
I guess if you say so. I didn't know capitalism was that much less crippling in 1999.
The way I see it, you can divide the world into 2 groups. People who like fruitcake and all the rest of us.
Then there's this music video about fruitcake and how it's shit. His family is in mortal fear as the postman brings in nothing but a fruitcake, as if there's nothing they can do to stop it. Anyway, Cousin Mel then tells them their dog escaped, and while they're gone, she conveniently tells us, the audience, her whole plan out loud.
This will for darn sure make everyone sick. That ought to stop people from shopping at the store. And with no customers, you'll have to sell.
The kid notices the cyanide she's putting in the cake, but decides not to say anything, thus single-handedly damning whoever eats that cake to death. After the dad tells Grandma not to forget her medication, his footage just reverses after her response. Which is just resourceful, honestly. You can barely notice the lip syncing is now set to nothing.
Where'd I put those pills?
Anyway, Grandma avoids taking her medication and gets distracted by wanting to put up Holly. But no one wants to help her because they're all assholes, I guess.
Would love to, but Frank...
The game's just starting on TV.
They used the same animation again. It's just resourceful, to be honest. You can barely notice it's the exact same thing. You know that cinematic phrase everyone likes to say? Show, don't tell? Well, this movie incorporates a revolutionary tactic.
She'd been drinking too much eggnog.
You've been drinking too much eggnog.
Show and tell.
She forgot her medication.
Besides, I left my medication at the store.
Anyway, a silhouette PNG of Santa comes tweening down and makes Jake so excited that his forehead grows and his chin shrinks for a few frames. Because this film's animation was probably started a month before it was slated to come out. Anyway, then it happens. Grandma dies. Jesus fucking Christ, look at that. Also, we don't even get to see it. We don't even get to see the moment of impact when Grandma gets run over by the reindeer. It's on the fucking cover, but it's not in the film. Side note, why is the framing between the reindeer's legs? Shouldn't it be between the antlers? This just makes it look like the camera's on the reindeer's wiener. Oh yeah, this aired on TV. I'd imagine they'd use this as a good place to play some life insurance ads. Anyway, the kid then tries to help his dying grandma, and his family's pissed off because he's saying that it was Santa and his reindeer that did it, and thus not taking him seriously whatsoever, though the kid doesn't make a great case for being a reliable narrator.
Santa Claus was flying low like this, and Grandma was walking like this, and then Rudolph was here.
Rudolph wasn't in that PNG that was shown tweening across the screen, guys. It's clearly 4 sets of 2 reindeer, meaning there's 8 reindeer, meaning there's no Rudolph.
Your son suffers from a dreaded affliction, the Santa Claus is real syndrome. He's got all the symptoms. Writing list to Santa, good behavior.
I like how this implies children being good is a symptom of a disease. Anyway, his family keeps gaslighting him about Santa not being real for so long that Grandma's rotting corpse gets abducted or something. The dad calls the police and tells them they've been drinking, and so they come the next morning instead. They come over and ask questions, and the police also think it's all bullshit.
Sorry, son. Impossible. Right here in the manual. There's no such thing as Santa Claus.
Considering in this movie Santa is real, it's a good omen that the police manual is just filled with misinformation. But the kid is eventually able to convince him at least that the grandma got knocked out and abducted. Months go by though, as in Christmas passes and no one finds her. She's fucking gone for months. Eventually they dress in black. There's no description of a funeral or assumption she's dead. They just present it like they dressed in black.
Grandma's Christmas gifts remained unopened, and people dressed in black.
Cashing in on the grandmother's assumed abduction and potential murder, the CEO comes back to get the store. Last year was 1999, judging by the calendar here being September of 2000. So it might not be the best idea to acquire the store considering it has about a year left.
I was dusting.
Well, go dust somewhere else.
You can't tell me what to do. It's Grandma's store.
Yet you listen to them anyway.
If Grandpa agrees, then I could buy the store.
I'm sure I could get Grandpa.
I just love how amazing this character's writing is. It's a very bold choice to have her just say the most inhumanly revealing things about her evil plans.
You've been so depressed since Grandma disappeared.
Yeah, Grandpa, you've been pretty fucking sad ever since Grandma got knocked out and abducted 9 months ago, probably never to be seen again. Anyway, after presenting him with papers to hire new people or whatever and asking him to sign, he mishears it as sing.
It's right here in these papers. All you have to do is sign.
Sing?
No, sign.
Sure.
So sign.
I'd rather sing.
You see, this doesn't work at all, and the writing here is dog shit. I initially had the thought that the joke maybe made more sense written out than spoken because sing and sign have the same letters, but when you read it in your head, they still sound completely different. So this is just stupid. Also, he said sure to signing, but then says I'd rather sing, implying he did understand she said sign and agreed, but then immediately changed his mind to sing for no reason. I don't know what the fuck was the thought process here writing wise, but I assume it was under the influence. Anyway, the grandpa, who is confirmed depressed due to the disappearance of grandma, then begins a musical number and performance about how grandma is fucking dead, and this time, I'm not even joking.
Grandma's hanging out with all those late great stars.
I don't know why he sounds so happy as he's singing about his wife being dead.
Grandma's spending Christmas with the superstars.
Also, why is he even singing about Christmas if it's September right now? Also, while Gramps is singing about how grandma is hanging out with dead celebrities like Elvis, something gets thrown at him. I don't know what it is. I thought it was underwear, and this was an adult joke about how she's throwing her underwear at Grandpa because he looks so sexy in that suit, or maybe because grandma's fucking Elvis, but I don't even know if that's underwear, so yeah. Anyway, Grandpa then signs the papers, rendering that whole song stupid and pointless.
Sign here and here. Initial this.
The pages are blank, you fucking fuck. They don't even have scribbles on them. They're just pieces of paper.
And this one gives me power of attorney over your affairs.
I do feel better.
Ah, yes, the easy way to cure the depression over losing a loved one. Sign away all of the shit you owned together.
I do feel better.
Perfect.
What a very awkward transition for what I assume is a commercial break. Which just reminds me, this aired on TV and real companies paid actual money to run actual ads for actual products for people to actually buy during this programming. Also, when I looked on Wikipedia for all the info about this special to intentionally get wrong for the intro, I found out that apparently one of the channels this special aired on included AMC. There's no source for this, so unfortunately I can't confirm if this is real, but the mere idea of this airing on the same network as Breaking Bad is funny enough for me to note.
The last of Grandma's fruitcakes from last Christmas.
Did she use preservatives?
Preservatives? It's a fruitcake.
What?
Is that what happens when fruitcake goes bad? It becomes bouncy? Was that what he was even implying? They put it on sale after, so I guess what he meant was that the fruitcake is so full of processed shit that it can't expire. Either that or they're putting expired bouncy food on sale. I don't know, man. I'm still confused as to why the fruitcake became rubber.
What do we do when it's sold?
Nothing! Because we're gonna be rich!
The doorbell rang as she said that sentence.
Nothing! Because we're gonna be rich!
Which means she heard them outside the building. What, did she have her ear pressed against the door? Anyway, she then informs them that they won the lottery.
We won the lottery!
Which is actually bullshit, and she's speaking in metaphor.
Actually, I'm going over to see Austin Bucks and sell this dump for millions.
However, she waits just long enough to tell them what she really means, so everyone actually thinks they won the lottery when she means selling the store.
We're going to be rich!
We could retire?
What's going on?
We won the lottery!
Won the lottery?
Actually, I'm going over to see...
The kid is sad, and then she throws the cake at him, saying,
Talk about having your cake and eating it too.
which doesn't make any sense in this context. You aren't having the cake and eating it. Having the cake in this situation would be owning the store, and selling it would be eating it. You aren't selling the store and keeping the store. Hi, it's me. I'm back. Special thanks to my current $5 patrons, Better Watch TV, DJ FJD, Dr. Feho, and Fetted F. Now time for me to explain why this video is in multiple parts. Alright, so the reason why this video isn't out on Christmas is because I didn't finish it on time. Yeah, it's just late. However, it would have been out before the new year if it wasn't for the reason this video is in multiple parts. Copyright issues. I have been going insane. I have not had a movie this stubborn about being talked about before. So, as a YouTuber who's made videos about movies and TV shows before, I tend to try keeping clips of those under 10 seconds. I tend to cut the footage frequently when I'm doing voiceover, and whenever I have to show just a full-on clip, I try to shave it down as much as possible. This is because of a cool thing known as YouTube Content ID, which, fun fact, you all know about. You also know how if a YouTuber uses a clip that's too long, the video gets claimed. I tend to be able to avoid this because of the tricks I use. Cutting frequently, and I was doing the same with this movie. Now, when I finished 18 minutes worth of the video, I thought, hey, I might as well give this to my patrons as a little sneak peek. So I rendered the 18 minutes and uploaded it to my Patreon, and also to YouTube, but privately, so I could do a little copyright test for it. And guess what? It was completely fine. There's no claims at all. Great, alright, I'll just keep editing the way I've been editing the whole time and it should be fine. Cool. By the time I finish the video, it's a half hour. It's finished, I render it, I upload it, and oops, there's a copyright claim. Alright, well, that's annoying, but it gave me a specific time code, so I re-edited it, re-rendered it, re-uploaded it, and it gave me a different claim for a different time. Great. And yeah, I kept doing this because it just kept happening. And guess what? Parts from the first 18 minutes started getting claimed too. The portion of the video that YouTube said was fine when I uploaded it on its own. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is that it started claiming parts that I had edited. Santa just walk into the building and are like, oh no, our fortune.
This ruins everything. There goes your fortune and my 50%.
10%.
30%.
Done.
Apparently they never discussed. So yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't know why Grandma Got Run Over by a Fucking Reindeer is the movie that's given me the most copyright trouble ever. Breaking Bad didn't give me this. Smiling Friends didn't give me this. Even Zootopia, I was able to edit enough to get unclaimed. But this, it's just refusing. The only solution is what I did before. Just upload a portion of the video that's under 20 minutes. Because for some reason, when the video is over 20 minutes, it starts getting claimed again. It's the same footage, but it's all of a sudden fine now. I don't get it. I don't like how I have to upload the video like this, but I'm not gonna keep re-editing, re-rendering, and re-uploading this fucking video over and over again, especially if it's going to be claiming parts that are already edited. I'm just uploading this video in 2 parts, because I want to get this video off my goddamn plate. This video was just supposed to be some dumb fun at the end of the year, and it turned into a giant headache moving into January. But hey, at least it gave me a good excuse to dress myself up like I haven't slept for months. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed part 1, and I hope you come back for part 2. Please. Please. See you there. Bye-bye.